Good day, good day. It's God Says Ministries, the House of Fire, and I'm Prophet Tavis. So this is the new channel that we are on now. It's called Supernatural House of Fire 222. And on this channel, I am going to be posting the supernatural events, signs and wonders that I managed to capture on. I'm hoping to capture all that I can. So this will be the supernatural channel of signs and wonders that I capture, and then I will place them on here and talk about them like this sort of format, so that you can see what God is up to around the world. Okay, so this picture that you see here on the screen is the very first picture I took. It was a pretty clear sky, sort of midday time, and I was seeking signs and wonders from God, and I wanted Him to show me a sign and wonder. And I was having my lunch break basically, and I decided to go. Okay, I must go back inside and get on working in the family business when I was working there. And as I'm walking, one sort of cloud came over the sun. So I had a feeling, and I stopped to have a look at it. But when I looked up, it was so bright I couldn't see anything. So I just took my phone, held my phone up, and looked down to the ground and took the photograph. So when I got inside and looked at the photograph, this is what came out of the photograph. Basically, this is the supernatural face of Jesus. Oh, hang on, let me go back one. Yeah, this is maybe explain, people can't see. Follow my cursor here. Okay, so yeah, we have hair up top. We have a forehead. We have a going into where nose is, nose. Those who can't see it. Some people can't for some reason. I don't know why. He said the Bible says his eyes are like fire. You got a moustache here going down. You got lips, actual lips, and then a chin with a beard on. And you can see a cheekbone here. So there you have a sign that God gave me. So this is in our church. The church that I go to is called God Adventure. I actually haven't been for 2 years since this COVID thing. This was a worship night, and this young man over here, we call him Xbox, picked up the youngster in front of him, who was probably 14 or so. And when he lifted him up above himself, and Xbox was quite tall, he's as tall as I am, and I'm 6'2", around about there. So Xbox may even be a bit taller than me. He picked him up above himself, but his head went into something like as if it was a river of blue water. And you can see it sort of running down. The next slide will give you a better picture of it when it comes up over here. We're worshipping here. So here you have the guy's head, which has disappeared into this blue substance. And this is not the first time I've seen this blue substance on and you can see I'm not using a flash. I didn't take the photograph with a flash. If I take this back, you can see there's no flashlight on any of them. So this was taken without a flash. So yeah, so Xbox picked him up and he went into like a blue river. His head disappeared into this blue river. Sort of, you can actually see it running down. It's running down his head. Okay, so now this is another worship night where I'm walking around because I'm always looking for signs and wonders, because the word says signs and wonders will follow those who believe. So if you look, there's a red arrow here. You see this gold orb-ish thing, kind of orb here, appears in the window, but it's actually on the inside. You'll see when it comes up when it comes up. Okay, so it appeared. There's the bar or the window bar, but this is on the inside, and it almost looks like it's got a laughing face. You see a smile and nose and eyes there, like a laughing face. Gold light in the worship. There we go. Let's wait for the next one to come up here. Okay. I used to have a group called Elisha's Bones. Elisha's Bones. And I got in there, got set up, and then one of the members came in. Actually, two of the members came in. And I took a photograph from the sound system in the back. So here's my mate, The Rush. And then John is sitting here somewhere. I'll show you the closer up, what I'm talking about. Okay, so the rush is there. I zoomed in. You see this blue over here? That's John sitting there. That's his back there. But there's someone else, very lit up, sitting next to him. And there's something else above him. And then you got these two orbs in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. In the church, just before we were about to start the night's Elisha's Bones. Oh, of course, I've got about 38 of these. They're small, but I haven't actually found any for about a year and a half. But at one stage, wherever I went into churches, I was picking them up off the floor. Gemstones and like diamonds. I've got 38 of them. Yeah, they just appear there. Okay, so this is in Uganda. This is outside Pastor Grace's house in Uganda. And I took this photograph above my head in Uganda because I had a sense that there was something above my head. And I took this photograph, and it's in the area over here. Yeah? You can't see it really, but I zoomed it in. And this is what I discovered when it gets there. Right. You see this eye here? The eyebrow? You can actually see that forehead there. It's completely different color to the rest of it. And then there's an angel in front of the eye looking through the clouds. There's an angel, wings, there's a head, standing in front of this eye. It was looking through the clouds. I saw it, I knew there was something there. I just knew there was something there, so I took the photograph. Okay, this is the children worshiping at night. Now, I'm going to say offhand straight away that the only light there, okay, this is the sun's gone down. There's a bit of a glow of the sun. The only light there is my flash from my camera. There's no other lights there. There's no power, electricity whatsoever. So the kids are starting to worship. And as they started to worship, this pillar of fire appeared. I took the photograph, and in the photograph was this pillar of fire. Okay, so I zoomed in on it, and this is the pillar of fire zoomed in. It's almost like a gold bar in the middle of this air, above the children. Right. As I said, I'm the only one with a flash there. Only light that's there is a flashlight of mine. This, yeah, when I was taking the photograph, as the flash went on, was fire going through inside the camera. I could see it. Fire streaks while the kids were worshiping there. Now, these are the boys that came back, and they were worshiping. This is another day. They were worshiping down. They came back, and the boys started playing the African drums. This young man over here has sickle cells, which is like half moon cells, and he was always sick. So I prayed over this youngster for this very day for about an hour or so over all of him. And then I took this photograph, and then I took another photograph. Here he is there, and he's still playing the drums. But this blue again, light appeared in the middle of the photograph with everybody dancing around. This blue light appeared in the photograph. And as I said, I'm the only one with any sort of light there, which is my flash on my phone. So this blue light appeared in the photograph. Just waiting for the next one to come up. Okay, I'm just going to let it run through because it's what I've spoken of before that this is fire that's moving up and down, but my camera didn't catch it properly. I must stop this one. This young lady over here was praying her heart out, and from her hands came this streak. I caught it on the camera. Came this streak going up. So I don't know if that's the prayer of her zooming up to heaven, or God's answer zooming back down again. But it's pitch dark, and I'm the only one, as I said, with a flashlight there. Okay, so I'm stopping it again to point it out to you. Yeah, in front you can see this white frame here. This is the pastor of the church worshiping in the front. And it'll zoom in now, and I'll show you. There's nobody else there. That's the pastor, covered in light. Completely covered in light. Nobody else around him, and they're all standing around him in front there, has anything on him. But that's him completely covered in light. get to the next one and flow along. Alright. I mentioned my friend Nurash. This is him standing here in the church. But there are two little, what look like white clouds in the middle of the church that the camera picked up. A bigger one here on top and a smaller one on top. You can see there's nobody around him, that's all. There's nobody around him. And when you come in closer, they're actually slightly behind him. These little puffy clouds things. There, you can see there's nobody around here. There's open chairs, and yeah, you can see it's on. There's his shoulder, the cloudy thing. Okay, it's blurry because I'm zooming in on the photograph. Is on behind him, and this other cloud is sitting there. It's gonna zoom in even more now because trying to get it, but it blurs a bit, unfortunately. Okay, so there's his head again. There's his shoulder, and you've got these two white, fluffy like little clouds in the middle of the church, hanging over Nura. Haven't got the best of camera there. Alright, this is another worship night in church. And I took a photograph, and then I noticed this. Yeah. I thought, yeah, that's strange, you know, it's above this guy. And I started zooming in on it. There you can start seeing features. You can see an eye, a nose, a mouth. Here's a wing. I'd say that's a wing over there. The head is going back, invisible. Yeah, that's a wing sticking out. I'm getting closer now as well. Okay, closer. You can see a nose, an eye, the head is, yeah, and there's this wing sticking out. This is in a worship evening, in the middle of a worship evening, while we worshiping. I think there's one more that brings it up closer. Oh, there we go. You can see mouth, nose, there's the head there, disappearing, and this wing here. Maybe it's a little longer, I thought. Right, I'm waiting another day in at the church for another Saturday's worth of Elisha Bones, and I happened to notice something in the back. Something caught my eye, and I took a photograph of the back. Now these chairs. Now I'm 6'2". When I stand next to this chair here, I'm literally in line with the chair over there. But there's a figure there that's in the mother's room. Get a bit of closer up coming up now. But I'm literally in line with those chairs are stacked on each other. So you can see the head, the shoulders, and going down into there. And that's the mother's room. And there's no light on in there or anything because we're not using it. So we go look at this with angel vision. Right, this is Uganda. This was the last trip. This was where God showed me signs and wonders and how to work year numbers or anything. So first of all, this is the one that came up first. There's the head bowed down and the arm stretched out in the sign of the cross, basically. In the sign of the cross, in the sign of the cross. Then a couple of days later, this one appeared. You can see the wings going up there, wings going up, the head there, sort of garment going down. The head's over there, you can see her face almost, but there are wings going up there and wings going up there. And it's in the sign of worship. In the sign of worship. And that sort of, it's not an actual angel, but it's the depiction of an angel in the sign of worship. A couple of days later, this was the last one. The head is actually over here. The arms are folded here. The wings are hanging down. You must realize I saw this with my eyes. So then I took the photograph. And the wings are hanging down. And this head is looking down like this. And the arms are like this. And it's cradling a baby. So it's a sign of the new beginnings. That's what God revealed to me. The sign of the finished work of the cross, the sign of worship, and the sign of new beginnings, which was basically what God was doing with me. So, yes. I think I made this one a bit longer than it should have, but that's fine. Anyway, so this one. Now, this is me asking God for something. I was sitting outside with Pastor Grace's wife, Rita, and we were sitting together on the stoop, on the steps, and I sort of asked the ages of the girls, what the girls were, and she gave me the ages of the girls, because they wanting boys as well. They are praying for boys. So when I added up the girls' ages, it came to 36. So I said to her, okay, as a sign, Lord, I want you to write the number 36 in the sky as a sign for Rita. I know that you are faithful and you're going to provide them with these boys, but as a sign for Rita, that my prophecy over them is true and it's going to come to pass. And for Rita, as a sign for her, that she's sitting right next to me, I want you to write the number 36 in the sky. So anyway, next morning I woke up, got my coffee, my little biscuit there, and I went outside to my hot seat where I sit on the stairs, and as I walked out the door, there was this big 36 in the sky. Now you must remember, I'm looking at it, there it is, and I'm trying to take a photograph of it, but you can see it still, yeah. It was plain as daylight when I walked out. Yeah, this area here, you see, there you go, there's the 3, and then the 6. You can actually see it better in that smaller photograph. The 3 and the 6. I just put that over the same photograph just to make sure that people are able to see it. So these are the signs and wonders. Well, these are some of the signs and wonders that God has shown me, allowed me to take photographs of, allowed me to be a part of. So I'm expecting a whole new level to come in the coming days. And this new YouTube channel, the Supernatural House of Fire 222, is going to be just for that, the supernatural things of God. So we will see you on this channel, and of course my normal channel will be going for the prophetic and teaching, but this channel will be only for the supernatural stuff of God. What I see, friends of mine that have got photographs, I'll bring them into this channel, and videos, whatever it is, for the supernatural things of God, not of the devil, God. And this will be that channel on here. So remember to subscribe, make sure you hit the bell properly, and so that you get all videos that come this way. So God bless you guys. May His favor drip from every part of you. In Jesus' name, amen.